The beautiful world of planes inside solid figures. The world of solid figures cannot be fully described by width and height alone. From one side, we see a beautiful figure, but from the opposite side, we can see a completely different scene. To truly understand a solid, we must touch it with our hands, turn it in different directions, and observe it under light. Just as seeing an elephant in a photograph is different from standing face to face with a real elephant at the zoo. But the problem is that we cannot carry around this zoo with us all the time. This is because solids must be handled on a desk, on a single piece of paper. This is why mathematics devised several clever ways to translate solids into planes. Two representative examples are nets and sectional views. When one more layer, the way the human eye sees, is added, this leads to perspective drawings. A net is a solid taken apart once. Imagine carefully cutting along the edges of a box and laying it flat on the floor. When the outer faces lie flat on a plane, we can see at a glance what the solid is made of. A regular tetrahedron becomes 4 equilateral triangles, and a cube becomes 6 squares joined together. The appeal of a net lies here. It lets us directly see how many faces there are, what shapes they take, and which faces touch each other. Of course, not every unfolding becomes a net. If the faces overlap when folded or gaps appear, it fails to become a net. Edges that must meet need the same length, and folding edges must be marked differently from cut boundaries. This is why a net is closer to a map of a solid surface taken apart along its edges. This map is used where the order of folding and cutting matters, such as in packaging boxes, sheet metal processing for cars and appliances, and clothing patterns. In architecture, it also helps lay out invisible paths in advance, like wiring plans. A drawing that sets a direction and shows a solid at a glance is a sectional view. Visible edges appear as solid lines, hidden edges as dotted lines, and parallel edges remain parallel in the drawing as well. Picture a cube. Draw the front face as a square. Draw the side and top faces as slanted parallelograms, and a sense of depth appears. However, we must be warned about one important thing. A sectional view does not draw surfaces as they actually are. It does not represent surfaces in their actual shapes. The accuracy of the plane is slightly sacrificed, but the structure becomes clear. For this reason, a sectional view is commonly used in building plans, product manuals, and mechanical drawings. A quick look before assembly gives a sense of the whole process. And the method that makes us say, "Wow, it looks real," is the perspective drawing. It is the familiar sensation when railroad tracks stretch into the distance and the gaps seem to narrow. The sensation when the end of a tunnel appears to gather into a single point. In perspective drawing, even parallel lines, when extended far enough, are treated as if they meet at one point. This point is the vanishing point. What is near appears large. What is far appears small. Because of this rule, a drawing comes to resemble reality. So, sectional views and perspective drawings are good at different tasks. A sectional view is useful for grasping lengths and structures at roughly equal scale. A perspective drawing is useful for conveying the sense of space as the human eye perceives it. In precise production drawings or shop drawings, it is easier to keep parallels as parallels. On the other hand, when presenting a building's exterior convincingly, or conveying how a design will appear in a real space, vanishing points become powerful. In the end, the core idea is this. When a solid is brought down onto a plane, it is translated into a different language depending on its purpose. A neck is a translation that unfolds the surface to reveal structure. A sectional view is a translation that makes the structure visible. A perspective drawing is a translation that preserves the sense of sight. Even from the same solid, different planes are born. That fact alone is quite amazing. What we learn may not be figures, but perhaps a way to transcribe the world.